Hey everybody, it's vanburman here. Welcome back to another video. Today I want to talk about Dr. Stuart Ashens, who runs a YouTube channel on YouTube called Ashens. I'm sure you probably, almost certainly, have heard of him. And he has a channel that has been running now for 15 years, if you can believe it, which is absolutely incredible to be doing this, I guess, for that amount of time, as what I can presume is a main profession. Someone who I have been watching for the vast lion's share of that time. And I've got to say, I think he's one of the few people that I've sort of enjoyed their whole evolution of, mainly because I don't feel as though in many ways it's changed. And I think for me that tends to work quite well. I think the fact that, you know, you've got the old faithful brown sofa and everything else, and, you know, just the absolutely abhorrent amount of tat that poor guy must get sent. I think he's done very well to turn it into a career for himself. And actually, I will say, both of the films have also been really good. I think I probably enjoyed the first one slightly more, but you know, the second one was not without its merit or its charms or what have you. So, you know, both of them I think are a big credit to him and the sort of creative people that he surrounds himself with. And I guess I just want to share some memories, I guess, of it. You know, he's someone that I spent a lot of time watching, especially when I was at university. And I think probably it's going to sound weird, but my favourite sort of series or time of when Ashens was around is when he was doing a lot of his fake phone reviews and the pop stations. I think all that sort of like was concentrated into sort of like about a 6 month or a year span. And I think they're the ones that really got me into it. And I quite like the fact that, you know, the game child thing feels as though it's sort of from that era. And yeah, I mean, it's difficult really, isn't it, when you've been watching someone for that length of time, because that sort of thing doesn't usually happen. I think the only thing I can compare it to is if someone had been watching a soap for that amount of time. But, you know, you definitely started to get a feel for a person and their quirks over that sort of length of time. And I think, I don't know if his channel stats are, you know, 100% accurate, but he's got like 500 million views, which seems quite low to me, considering he's got 1.5 million subscribers. And some of his top ever videos have done really well. So, I don't know, maybe it's just one of them. Maybe he's not the sort of person that oversaturates with videos. They come out semi-infrequently. I always actually used to make the joke that Ashens only released videos when he's just before his rent was due. I don't know why I had that like in my head, but obviously that's not a real thing or me casting any shade or anything. That is just the internal musing I think that I had for him. I hope it's not true, Stuart. I hope you have been able to afford to pay your rent very comfortably over the years. And I think the fact that he's, you know, separated a lot of his personal life from it as well is very helpful and handy for that type of thing. It's unfortunate I've not been able to attend any of the live stuff. Obviously I know he's based in Norwich, which is a fair distance away from me. So, you know, it's one of those things, it limits the opportunity. Not that it prevents the opportunity, of course. You know, if you want to do something, you will do. And I think I ended up buying my sister a few things that he was selling, like his loot crate and one of his t-shirts as well. You know, so it's been good to be able to support as you can, I suppose. And hopefully, Stuart, you're going for another 15 years. That would be great. I think for me, selfishly, don't ever change. Would also, I mean, personal responsibility and all that, would also like to take the time to apologise in a sense. I think I made a criticism on Ashens before when he sort of started to change things up, but even though that never really materialised, he sort of went back to how he was. But I was not nastily, I'm not that type of person, but I did put some dissenting comments in some of the videos with Dan especially when he was really heavily involved. And I think over time I've come to realise that it wasn't as jarring or as bad as, you know, I thought it was at the time. I think it's because he was in so much, I guess. But at the end of the day, it's Stuart's channel and he should be able to do whatever he wants. I know he did buckle to pressure at that time, and like I say, I didn't put loads of comments. I put like 1 or 2, just saying it was better when, effectively saying it's better when Dan wasn't in it. But I really enjoyed his cameos and everything. I wasn't keen on him at first as Chef Excellence, for example, but I think he does pretty well, and I think he's been really good in like all the other bits that he has been involved with, and I'm glad that Stuart's felt as though he can get him more involved in stuff, because he should do, and I would not be in any way adverse to seeing him in future stuff, because I actually think he's genuinely quite a nice guy. I think maybe there was a bit of, I don't want to say nerves, but you know, it can be quite intimidating to put yourself on a video, especially not so much for me. You know, this video will get its 7 views, I'm sure, which is fine. You know, not a problem. But if I knew I was recording a video that would potentially reach 1 million views, let's say, it could do, then yeah, perhaps might be feeling a little bit differently than I am now. I don't know. Maybe it's something you do get used to, I presume. So, what was I going to say? I don't really think I have like a favourite video. And like I say, it was more that sort of that period in time that I really enjoyed. But I like all the sort of, mainly the techie stuff that he looks at. I'm not a massive fan of action figures, even though I do watch those videos as well. But I think, oh yeah, the AliExpress series, or Wish series, I think that was really good. The Wish computer as well. Whenever Stuart looks at computer hardware, I always find that quite interesting. It's just one of those, and I think it's good that somehow that brown sofa has managed, maybe because it is brown, has managed to last so long. So I just wanted to make a little video to congratulate him on that achievement. It's like huge to be, you know, as popular as you are and to carry on doing it as well. You know, I am also coming up on a similar milestone next year since I created my channel, but you know, I haven't been as active in that time, or for that extended period of time as Ashens has. I think you have to take 3 years off mine, so I'll be like effectively 12 years since I uploaded my first video, or since I started uploading videos, I don't know, whatever it is. So yeah, I can't imagine what it's like to do it for that long and be that consistent over that time. So I appreciate it, and I know that there are 1.52 million other people, I'm sure, that do. So hopefully I don't have any alcohol on me. This is a bottle of water. So here's to, not a bottle, but you know, here's to 50 more years, Ashens, and keep doing what you're doing.